Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Alex. I just finished contouring my face. Like I said in my previous video, or I think a couple videos back, I am not a makeup artist. I'm learning how to do makeup, and in my opinion, this contouring looks flawless because I don't see any like distinct lines and stuff that needs blending. Everything looks well blended. I have not applied face makeup, like my eyebrows and eyeliner and lip color yet, so that is why my face is still lacking in color. But this is a video about contouring, and I just wanted to show you guys how I contour my face. If you're interested, keep watching. So I will start by clipping my hair out of my face, and then I will go in with my powder foundation. I started to use the brush, but I realized that the brush gives very light coverage and I wanted full coverage. And with this powder foundation, you can either do light or full coverage. And since I wanted full coverage, I decided to use this sponge. And as you can see, the light coverage turned into full coverage with the sponge. So if you want full coverage with your powder foundation, try using a sponge, and that might speed up the process so that you don't have to layer so many times in order to get full coverage. For some reason, I like to cover one half of my face first, just to see how different it will look from the part where I have not applied the powder foundation. And it's a world of difference. It's more matte in the part where I applied the foundation, and my actual skin is a little bit more shiny. Look at that full coverage, guys. I never break out until I decide to do a makeup video, and then suddenly I would wake up in the morning with pimples on my face. But they're never quite serious. I usually only get one or two, and then they're gone within a few days. Oh, okay. So here is my liquid concealer. I bought a shade that's much lighter than my skin tone, obviously, so that I can use it as a highlight. So I am going to cover those lines underneath my eyes there. I am applying a thick amount right on the lines, and then I will blend that downwards almost onto my cheek, because I want to have a more narrow face with this look, and that's why I blend it downwards. When you blend your highlight to the sides, like towards your ears, it makes your face look wider, and when you blend it downwards, it makes your face look narrower. And I kind of wanted a narrow face here, so I'm blending downwards. And then whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to apply that to my bottom lid, so that that entire area is light, but the lines where the lines were will be lighter, thereby hiding the lines basically. I'm gonna use this Q-tip to apply some concealer to my bottom lid so that that part is not shiny, and I will also use it to apply it to the bridge of my nose, to contour my nose with it. I like how this brightens up my eyes. I do this method a lot. And obviously I have to brighten the top of my brow, my forehead, and the bridge of my nose, cupid's bow, and chin. Typical highlighting steps here. And I will go in with my brush to blend it all in. For this step in highlighting, I only use my liquid concealer to highlight. I don't use any powders yet. That's the concealer I'm applying to my nose, and I'm gonna blend it out with my brush. Now I'm going to go in with my Airspun translucent powder to mattify my entire face. I use this translucent powder over my concealer highlight that I did, because the highlight, to do the highlight, I use the liquid concealer, and I like to go over that with a powder. So I apply my highlighting first, and then I go in with my this translucent powder, and this sort of mattifies it, and this is what gives it that soft contour look, because the powder goes over the liquid. I will also apply some of that powder to my neck to make my neck less shiny and to match the colors a little bit between my face and my neck. After I have applied my translucent powder, I will go in again with my powder foundation. This is a darker shade than the translucent. The translucent powder leaves a little bit of a white cast in certain places, so I just go over those places with my powder foundation. But this time I use the brush because I don't want that full and complete coverage over the translucent powder. So I'm going over it with a brush and just lightly applying them to certain areas, usually the areas framing my face, my forehead and my chin areas. And then I am going to go with the dark plum color. That's my eyeshadow, one of my eyeshadow palettes. I am taking the dark plum color and I will contour the sides of my forehead, my temple area. I just want to darken that area a little bit. That will help bring out my bone structure even more. And I will go with the dark plum as well on the sides of my nose to contour it. And you will notice that on the lower part of my nose, I don't know, like the part that I'm pointing at, I will darken those areas a little bit as well. That will also create a shadow there and narrow the nose even more. The same shade is going underneath my cheekbones to highlight my cheekbones. And around my jaw area. The look is coming together. I will then go in with that light color. I use the same brushes a lot for a lot of my looks, and they don't mess up the colors, so I just continue to use them. So now I'm going with a powder, a light shade in this eyeshadow palette to further highlight in the same areas that I applied the liquid foundation. But the powder highlight goes on top of the translucent powder, and that will soften the highlight even more. This is a very matte shade, and I apply it to my nose, forehead, chin, and cupid's bow, just in the same highlight areas, the same areas that I went over with the liquid concealer as a highlight is the same areas that I apply the powder ones, except the liquid goes underneath the translucent powder while the powder highlight goes over the translucent powder. Now I'm just blending everything out so that there are no sharp lines. I sometimes I don't really like that overly contoured look. That is why I went for this soft look. And that is pretty much how I do my flawless contouring. I think it looks good. So yeah, this is my flawless contouring 101 video. I hope you learned something from it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.